Welcome back to another video.
Hey guys.
Today we are in Washington State, a long way from home.
We are. We had a super long day yesterday. We literally traveled, across the whole country?
Yeah, we're pretty far away.
Essentially, we flew from Jacksonville into Atlanta and then Atlanta into Seattle. So we had a super long day. We made it to our Airbnb last night. We got there late our time, but early Seattle time. So we picked up a couple hours, which was nice, but we were tired.
Yes.
But we made it to our Airbnb. It's so cool. Would you say it's it might be one of my favorites that we've probably ever.
If you've seen any movies like It's Complicated, and it's funny that I know this because I've been married to this girl for so long.
I'm like, dang, you know him better than I do.
It's like a Nancy Meyer's house.
Nancy Meyer, that's right.
Yeah. But this house was built in like 1938. It's super old and it's super nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a stone cottage and it was built in 1938, but they've recently like renovated it. And I mean like renovated it. It's beautiful.
It's like dream house.
Yeah, it's literally like tears will be shed when we have to leave this house. Like I'm already like upset about it. It's on like farmland. It's got acreage. Like, tears are gonna be flowing tomorrow. But
and we're only there for 2 days because we're gonna kind of like road trip around the state. We're only staying in this one for 2 days, which is kind of a bummer because we really enjoy this house.
I know. But we made it there. It's actually 15 minutes from where we are this morning. We're in downtown Bellingham, and we flew into Seattle, and then we drove after we flew into Seattle 2 hours up north. So we pretty much just hopped in the car and drove up north to like the Bellingham area and then Ferndale area, because that's a good central spot for like the North Cascades, because we're going to be checking those out. But this morning we just had a slow morning. Yesterday kind of like took it out of us a little bit. So we slept in and then we came and grabbed some breakfast. We just had some really good breakfast at a place called Woods Coffee.
Yep.
I had no idea. I saw about it. I think I saw it on Pinterest, and I had no idea that it's literally on the water. And I think what's called Boulevard Park. I'll have to double check, but it's Boulevard Park in downtown Bellingham. So we grabbed some breakfast, which was really good. Two of our favorites. What'd you get?
I got a breakfast burrito.
Breakfast burrito.
You know me.
Can't go wrong with a breakfast burrito. And then I got a croissant, and that's like my go-to usually.
And then you know me, I'm gonna get a pastry. So I got a apple cinnamon crumble.
Yeah, some sort of like cake.
Loaf bread thing.
Yeah.
But man, it was good.
It was good. I have to say that was some of the best food. It was really good. And then I got a coffee and I was inspired. The weather out here is so nice. It's how hot back home?
About 85 to 90.
Oh my gosh. And then here it's like in the 50s and 60s. And oh my gosh, we woke up in like a fall wonderland. All the colors have changed.
We pulled out of our road and we came in at dark last night, and we like came around the corner of our road and there's like a mountain with like snow peaks, and we're like, where was this at?
Yeah, because we drove in last night when it was dark and we didn't get to see the mountains and all the leaves. So this morning we're just taking our time. We're both sipping on my spiced white mocha. Was feeling inspired by the fall. So we're just gonna check out, I think, downtown Bellingham this morning. It's supposed to be a really cute town. So we're just gonna go kind of explore that. If we have time, we might venture into the North Cascades today, but we'll kind of see what we're feeling and what we get into.
We see globe lights, so we usually go.
I just followed the lights because they're pretty.
Nothing down this alley.
No.
It's a general store and a bookstore in one. Y'all. So we just went and explored downtown Bellingham, and when we were coming into downtown Bellingham, we saw like a row of red trees that looked beautiful from the highway.
Yes.
And we were about to leave, and Paige was like, let's go and see where these red trees are at. So I'm pretty sure we just found it here, and
I hunted them down. I'm like, I've got to find them. We were like up almost on like a hill driving through like a neighborhood, and we could like spot them in the distance, and I'm like, I have to find those before we leave. This is probably like the coolest, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It's like, they're so vibrant. Like, I don't know if the camera picks up, like probably the most vibrant red I've ever seen.
It is.
We just, yeah, like Dustin said, we just wrapped up in Bellingham. We walked around. I literally felt like I was in an episode of Gilmore Girls. It was the most fall town like I've ever been in. It was really cool. So we walked around, checked out the shop, just kind of explored after we ate breakfast and stuff. We were gonna try to do the North Cascades today, but I don't think, we just kind of had a slower day today. And then we found this little hidden gem of a place. So we've been taking our time and down and just kind of like explored the water, and we've just been taking our time. So we're gonna wrap up here, take some pictures, maybe grab some food. We're kind of getting a little hungry. It's actually been a little bit since we ate breakfast.
1 o'clock their time, 4 o'clock our time. So we're getting hungry.
Yeah, we're still adjusting to like the time change, but we're gonna go grab some food, and I think maybe head back to the Airbnb and kind of like recoup for a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so last time you saw us, we were looking at some fall foliage, and now we're in a winter wonderland now. We're at Mount Baker. This is only an hour and a half outside of downtown Bellingham, where we were just at. This is like one of the most beautiful mountains I've ever seen. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
It's like Mirror Lake?
Picture Lake.
Picture Lake. It's called Picture Lake. You know me and my names.
Yeah, I have to keep them straight. It's called Picture Lake and Mount Baker. We've wrapped up in downtown Bellingham, and we were kind of like trying to figure out what to do the rest of the day. We had enough time, but not enough time to go all the way to the North Cascades, which was kind of what we were planning on. But I hopped on Pinterest and I found Mount Baker that's just an hour and 15 minutes from us, in this awesome Picture Lake, no hiking, no nothing. You literally park. There's a circle loop where you can walk and see this view around the lake from all kinds of different angles. There's like literally Christmas trees. It's like walking around in a Christmas tree farm. There's fall leaves, there's snow-capped mountains. Like, hands down was worth the drive up here.
Yes, absolutely. And it's the first time I've ever seen this. You know, Picture Lake, it has the reflection and it's perfectly calm waters tonight, and we were able to see the reflection in the lake, and it is just like the most insane and surreal thing you'll ever see.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Very
I was
cool.
nervous when I saw the drive because we had a long like travel day yesterday, but I'm like, let's do it. We're here and we've got some time to kill. So I think we're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna walk around, take some pictures. This place is amazing. So we're just gonna soak it in, take some pictures, and then head back down to the Airbnb for the night.
Sounds good to me. It's so pretty, isn't it?
It's so pretty.
It's hard to leave, isn't it?
Yes. I keep looking at my watch though, and it's like, okay, if it's this time here, it's way later. Like back home, it's so late. So
It's almost 9 o'clock back home.
we're getting tired.
I'm not, yeah.
But it's hard to leave.
I mean, look at this. Okay, it is day 2 here, and we are in the North Cascades National Park here at Diablo Lake Overlook.
We finally made it. We were supposed to get out here yesterday to the North Cascades, but we had a full day, so we made it. We've been on Highway 20 all morning, and we finally made it to Diablo Lake Overlook, and we stopped. There's been so many cool spots about Highway 20. There's been so many cool like pull-offs with waterfalls, and I want to say everything up here is like glacier fed, so the water is like stunning.
It is stunning. It is insane, like how blue it is, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever really seen anything like this. Like, we've never seen glacier lakes, like anything. So this is a first for us. So we've just kind of been having like a really slow morning. We're supposed to do a pretty long hike today, but we've just been kind of taking our time, stopping at all these pull-offs, just really taking our time driving down Highway 20. But we made it to Diablo Lake. We're going to check it out. There's a really cool overlook with like all different parts and all different little areas you can get pictures and stuff.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna do that and then just keep cruising down Highway 20.
Yep. Okay, we've been driving on Highway 20 here for about a half an hour from our last stop, and we're coming up to Maple Loop Pass here, and we're deciding if we want to hike. Okay.
All right, we committed. How many passes? We drove through like what, 4 times?
Yeah.
It was fate. Like we literally got just past the entrance and someone was pulling out and I'm like, it's a sign, we got to do it. We got to go see the larches.
Okay, so we have made it to Maple Loop Trail. Obviously one of the most popular trails here in all of Washington, maybe the world.
Yes.
But we did about 4 laps and we found us a parking spot about an 1/8 mile from the trailhead, so we kind of looked out there. But we're taking the counterclockwise trail. Looks to be a little bit easier supposedly to Google, so.
It just spreads the incline. It's more of like a gradual incline. So
Yes.
we've got started a little bit. We're gonna keep going and see what we see.
That's right.
Christmas. Do you smell it?
I do smell it.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane.
It smells like a legit Christmas tree in my nose.
I know.
Look at all the larches.
We made it. We made it to the larches. They're so pretty. Look how pretty. Oh man.
There's snow. Look at the snow.
Where? I don't know. We made it to the larches. Look how cool.
Baby larch right there.
It's so cool. Look at them all. So cool. Larches.
So last night when we were at Picture Lake, is that right? Picture Lake?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so last night when we were at Picture Lake, we ran into some locals and they said, you gotta go do this hike and gotta go see the larches.
The March
and-
larch.
Yeah,
Or larch march.
so
We're doing it.
we saw them.
Oh my gosh, I think we're coming into some snow.
Oh wow, yeah we are. Okay, so I think that was like to the top of Maple Loop Pass. And I think now, according to my wife, Paige, we are going to go and see the larches. I guess we're gonna complete the whole loop. We're just gonna go down the other side and I think it's supposed to be a little bit steeper, once again, per my wife, Paige. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, usually I use the Google machine, but I am trusting
I am the Google
Paige
machine
right
today.
now.
I've had to be the Google machine today.
It's kind of hard. I mean, it's got like white rope here, like lining us on the whole trail.
Yes,
so
it's been super easy to follow.
yeah, it's not that bad.
No.
Let's see what we're getting into. at those larches.
I know. I'm in larch heaven.
This is incredible.
How many times have I said the word larch today?
I never even heard of larch until yesterday. I thought they were like alpines.
Oh no, it's like a...
I'm like a local now.
Oh man, I'm literally like in larch heaven.
Okay, so false alarm. We haven't made it. We haven't made it to the top yet. We gotta make it up to there. We gotta go.
Okay, let's do it.
Last push, and then we should be descending. One foot in front of the other.
One foot in front of the other. That was tough.
Yeah.
That was hard. That was the hardest hike we've done. But
Ever.
man, it was worth it. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
We're never gonna see anything like this in our life, you know?
Yep.
This was a bucket list hike. And then I think the rest is just down. 2 miles down.
All right. Well, cool.
Okay, so remember earlier when I was like, we made it? That was a big psych. We had not made it. We were maybe not even halfway.
Yeah.
After that point, we hit like a ton of switchbacks going like in and out, just pretty much making it to like the top. We made it to the top. We made it to Maple Loop Pass. It was difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Push me to the limit.
Yeah, it reached a point where we're like, okay, do we keep going or do we turn around? But we pushed through. Dustin had to pop in some earbuds and get some
Get some motivation going.
get his workout mix going.
Yeah, I did, for real.
But it's definitely bucket list if you're in Washington. It's amazing. You get to see larches, you get to see snow, pretty lake, like you get to see everything. So
Yeah.
I think Dustin just looked. I think it's about 2 miles.
Yeah.
Going down. We're going downhill, baby.
Yeah, we can handle that.
We'll see you at the bottom.
See you.
I've never been more proud of us.
Same here.
Woo! Alright guys, so we kind of left y'all hanging last night at the peak of a mountain. I think the last thing we said was what, we're about to race down this.
Yeah. Yeah, we were gonna race down the mountain, and
We made it.
we went to the peak, and I was about gassed. I don't know if it was elevation or if I'm just out of shape. I think it was elevation because we made it down the mountain. We were racing the clock. In 1 hour and 8 minutes, I timed it, and it should take 2 to 3 hours. And,
yeah, we were booking it.
once elevation got to where I'm used to, I was able to go. We were able to like roll.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I honestly, like, I know we mentioned that we hiked counterclockwise, which meant that we came home like the clockwise route. And I don't understand, like, I don't know how people hike up the clockwise route because it was so steep and like
steep.
slippery. It was just all steep going up. And at least the way that we went down, there was like views of the lake. It just had so much like better views in my opinion.
I agree.
So we made it, and then we were kind of in such a hurry going down because we were coming to our next Airbnb. and it was like about an hour and a half or 2 hours. It was 2 hours away. So we had to like book it down before it got dark and then tried to make our way over to our next Airbnb. I had plans when I was booking this trip. There's a really cool place. It's called Winthrop, just outside of the North Cascades. It's like a western town, all the buildings. It's like just like rustic and western.
Yeah.
So we drove through, we saw it kind of driving through, but it was already so late, and we had like an hour and a half ride and like ahead of us. So
This part of Washington kind of blew my mind. It's like we left the forest. Now we're in East Washington. We went from West Washington to East Washington.
yep.
And this is what I just imagine, like Montana, Wyoming, like Idaho. It's just more of like, it's just not a forest. It's more like just
Dry, kind of like a dry mountain,
yeah.
like dry landscape. Like everything's kind of like yellow, and yeah, Dustin's right. It's like I feel like I'm in Yellowstone.
Yeah,
It's like super country. It's really pretty. It's crazy. And the cool part about this trip is we're pretty much getting to see like the entire state of Washington. So
Yep.
it's really cool. But yesterday we had an amazing day. Honestly, that was probably one of my favorite days of any trip that we've ever done. The North Cascades stole a little piece of my heart. Like,
beautiful.
It was so pretty. Just spending the morning doing all the pull-offs and the lakes and then doing the hike, and it was just a good mixture of everything. So I feel like we really saw that part.
Yep.
But that pretty much wraps up our North Cascades video. And then next stop, we're dressed and we're ready, and we're heading down to the famous Leavenworth. I've seen Leavenworth on Pinterest, so I've been so excited, but that's where we're heading next. So catch us in Leavenworth in our next video.
That's right. We'll see you soon.
Bye.